Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can integrate Zeemote JS1 plugin into your Unity project. Right now, the plugin only supports games on Android platform. However, we are going to support other platforms in the near future. Okay, so we will start from modifying a sample project from Unity called Star Trooper. This is a very simple project which tells you how to create a mobile game in Unity engine. Let's see what the game looks like. So you control an airplane and you are able to shoot missiles, and you can fly it around this scene. And let's examine what materials are in this project. So the spacecraft, the plane is here is called spacecraft FBX, and there are some scripts associated with it. I assume you are already familiar with the basic concepts of how to create a game on Unity. So here we can see, well, there are some scripts associated with spacecraft FBX, and this script called player controls is used to control, to manipulate, to move the plane in the game. Okay, so now we have a basic understanding of the game, and let's see how to enable the Zeemote plugin. First, we need to put the plugin under the plugin/Android folder. The plugin comes with 3 files. The first one is called Android manifest.xml, which is a descriptor file that declares certain permissions required on Android platform. And there is also a native I/O library and the plugin logic itself. Okay, let's see how we are going to actually integrate the plugin into the code. So let's dive into the scripts we just mentioned, the player controls. Here I've already integrated the Zeemote plugin, so let's see how I did it. The first thing is to declare a handle to Unity plugin. Here we declare a private variable called Zeemote controller here, and I declare some other variables to keep track of the current joystick coordinates, the x-axis and y-axis. Please keep in mind that both x-axis and y-axis is from -128 to 127. So according to the requirements of your game, you might have to do certain normalizations or shifting. So we know in every script or in Unity there is a function called awake, which is used to initialize the game object. And here in the awake method, I instantiate the Zeemote controller by creating an Android Java object here. Here is the entry point of the plugin, which is fixed and you cannot change it. And there are 4 parameters you can supply to the plugin. The first one is the number of joystick. Here in this game we only support one player, so here we supply 1. In the plugin it supports at most 2 players. And the next parameter is the game object, which will handle the events from JS1. Because we are going to control the spacecraft, so we call we put the name spacecraft FBX here. And there are 3 other methods need to be supplied. The first one is to use to receive the movement of joysticks, and the other 2 are used to handle the button pressed and button released events. Okay, let's first check how we are going to receive joystick signals. Let's move on to the on-Zeemote joystick move event method. Well, because of the limitation of the plugin defined by Unity, we are only allowed to, from the plugin, to send a string instead of a pair of coordinates to the scripts. So we need to do some parsing here. So the formats of the XY coordinates supplied from JS1 looks like X, comma, Y. So here we need to do some string operation here and to parse the actual X and Y data using these 2 lines. And here we do some normalizations. So the final value range from -1 to +1. And to process button press or release signals, here are the functions. So right now we don't do much things here, but we only enable a trigger which is used to launch the missile when a button is released. So the trigger is defined in another script called missile launcher. It's right here, and when the trigger is on, it will fire the missile and reset the trigger itself. So now we're done with the joystick events and the button events. We need to take care of the connection itself, because Zeemote talks to your phone via Bluetooth connection, and when we instantiate the plugin, a Bluetooth connection is also created, and so we need to close it when our application quits. So here we override the onApplicationQuit method, which is called when the game is going to be terminated. So this line clean up the resources used by the plugin. And here in the fix update method, we are going to actually use the X and Y axis data we just read from JS1 to use it to control the spacecraft. So these lines are used to actually bind the data to the following codes, so the JS1 could be used to control the spacecraft. I'm not going to dive more into the detail about the mathematics here, but just to give you an idea that the original implementation used the accelerometer data, but I disabled them here and I use JS1 data instead. Okay, that's all of the coding required to enable Zeemote plugin, and let's see what it looks like on an actual Android phone.